Guys, I got one on the blade bait. It's a nice 17-inch pond bass there, y'all. Got one, guys. Freaking nice one too. Head shaking guy. That fish has a beautiful jet black lateral line on him. Another fish, guys. Nice one too. We have finally gotten on a decent bite with the old bladed jig. God, they're all over this spot. Well, guys, I wanted to fish this pond. It looks like it's frozen over. It's looking like my lures are gonna bounce when I cast it, so there's a couple open spots. There's one over here by these ducks. Here's just a tiny opening. Maybe there'll be something in here. Yeah. Bounced off the ice right there. Yeah, those ducks don't even care I'm casting by them. They're just like, screw it, we're staying in this open water. Well, boys, this one little area of open water, nothing doing. There was one little area of open water back here we could try. It's like the little running water off the backside of the dam. If I came back this afternoon, I'm assuming the ice will melt. It can't be that thick, but we're busy this afternoon, so I might just have to wait until tomorrow to get out to do some more fishing. There's a decent little pool of running water, guys. Let's see if anything wants to drop shot in here. Well, no takers in this little pond spillway, guys. I'm gonna go check one other spot this morning and see if it's not froze over. Might be too cold to fish this morning. Guys, I got one on the blade bait. Might be a freaking good one too. Yes, I got one on the Demiki. Did not expect to catch one today, guys. Wow, look at that. Snow bass, baby. Wow, on the blade. It's a nice 17-inch pond bass there, y'all. I just didn't want to get skunked today, and I don't know as if I've ever caught a bass on a blade bait, and I wanted to work on it. And I don't think there could be a more perfect day to throw a blade bait than a windy day with snow on the ground. This water is going to be a lot warmer than the air, I would assume. This dude's probably freezing. It's a nice pond bass, man. Oh, there he goes. He doesn't know which way to go. There you go. Deeper water's that way. Well, that makes my morning, guys. Y'all, you can see there's some good grass in this pond, and the grass line is about 3 to 4 feet off of the edge of the bank right here. And I was jigging the blade bait up until I got about, 10 feet away from the grass line, or where I think it is, and then I started steady retrieving it. And as soon as I started that steady retrieve in that area, that bass popped it. So I'm trying to reproduce that right now. Guys, this pond that I'm fishing is a dammed up creek. Look at this waterfall. How pretty is that? That is so cool. Some beautiful water coming out of there. It looked like there might be a little bit deeper hole over here, guys, but I doubt it. This is looking super shallow. And if you follow this any further, you're on private property, so I can't go much further than this. And it looks like, yeah, it's just kind of all marshy. Guarantee you this might be good duck hunting down in here. This looks prime. Got one, guys. Got a bass, finally. He's moving with it. Feels like a freaking wet sock. Not fighting very hard at all. I have been here for probably 2 hours. I'll have to look at the clock, but it's been a while. And you can tell that these things have just been freezing. There's ice on the edges of this pond today, guys. And I just wanted to come out this afternoon and try to catch a fish or two. That thing is not eating well. He's gonna have some big time munching to do once the spring comes around. When the going gets tough, man, the little bladed Kooshball gets going. That and the drop shot, maybe a few other baits. That's what's saving me in the dead of winter lately, guys. We got a warmer afternoon today, guys, but it was in the 20s this morning. It's probably in the 40s right now, but little HH Customs bladed Kooshball just knocked the skunk off of this little trip. Guys, another one. That one might be big. That one might be big, guys. That's a better fish. They're out here on this island. Oh, that, yeah, dude, that one's actually fat. Right on. Nice fish. I need to back my drag off. That didn't give it all when I set that hook. I'm lucky that that sunline's pretty strong, guys. Come here, buddy. Got him. Nice. That's a chunky one. So the last one looked like he hadn't eaten in 2 months. That one's still feeding. That one looks good. Beautiful colors on him. Water's nice and clear today, guys. Not bad at all. We're coming to the end of an extremely cold front for Texas, guys. Even Houston actually got a couple inches of snow yesterday and the day before. We're gonna get some relief. We're gonna have some actual seasonal temperatures here soon. So y'all, I was just jigging this little bladed Kooshball on the bottom and it felt like dead weight, so I went ahead and lifted, and thankfully that line's pretty strong because my drag didn't give it all. But that's a nice pond fish right there, guys. There he goes. Man, that water's got to be in the low 40s. Just so you guys don't think I'm blowing smoke, I'll go back in some of the calmer water and there's still ice. There's still remnants of ice on the edges of the pond back over there. Got another one, guys. That one might be another good one too. Oh man, that's a stud. Right on, dude. This little offshore island's got him. That's a chunk, man. Right on. That's the biggest one we've caught. Love to see that. That first one kind of had me second guessing, but look at the meat on this fish, guys. There's some bass out here that are still thriving, that's for sure. He is freezing too. Y'all, I'm just kind of hopping that little bladed jig on the bottom like a blade bait. I've got 3 bites in a very short period of time, guys. That one will make the trip too. That one's nice. Moving so slow. Another one, guys. Dang, that one's solid too. Same spot. They're so slow to pick it up. Dang. That one's actually fighting hard though. Such pretty colors on them right now with the water being clear and cold. Look at his lateral line. It's like it got spray painted on with pure jet black. That is awesome. That is the 4th fish off of this spot, and that jig just fell out of his mouth. That has to be one of my top baits of the winter so far. Just the simple HH custom bladed Kooshball, man. And for where I fish, guys, that killer gill is just unstoppable for me. It's definitely my favorite color, both in his bladed jigs and with the buzz baits that y'all saw me throwing this summer. That fish has a beautiful jet black lateral line on him. It's almost like they think that underneath of my paddleboard is that little grass patch right here because there's shade. So they just think, be like, oh, that must be the grass patch, and they go right under my paddleboard and sit. And then I'll see them kind of like shimmy off here in another few seconds. Y'all, so the retrieve is mattering a lot right now, so I'll show you what I'm doing. Long cast. That was a little bit too close to the grass. They're a little bit deeper off of the edge, but I let it sink to the bottom. And then I just lift, let it fall. Lift, let it fall. Lift, let it fall. And every time I lift, I feel a little bit of a buzz, and when those fish are hitting it is I'll go to lift and it's just dead weight, and that's when I stick them and they start head shaking. Got one, guys. Freaking nice one too. Head shaking guy. Wow. That's the biggest fish of the trip. God. Just brick walled it, guys. The wind kind of died. Look at that one. Got him. Wide fish right there, guys. That is awesome. Chunk. Smoke him right through the side with that bladed Kooshball. I was having some serious doubts when I didn't even get a bite from 2 to 4 p.m. But after 4 o'clock here, we're running into a pretty dang good bite for the winter time on that little bladed jig, guys. Another fish, guys. Nice one too. God, they're all over this spot. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That one is solid. Every time I say that that's the biggest fish, we keep one up in it. Is he the biggest? He definitely pulled the hardest. I will give him that. You get that prize, buddy. That is nice. Oh, what a breath of fresh air, guys. When we found them over here, we found them for sure. I've caught 5 off of this spot and then 1 over there, but literally all of my bites have been off of this island area. It must drop off pretty dang steep right through here. I can't ever tell in the summertime because there's so much grass in here, but I can see the bottom most of the other areas through here, and I cannot see the bottom right through here. So I imagine it's at least over 5 feet deep right here, which would explain why there could be a bunch of numbers of bass just sitting down there deep for the winter cold. Really good belly on that one too. We have finally gotten on a decent bite with the old bladed jig. That's probably right around 18 inches there, boys. Off he goes. God. So I'm back fishing that island spot for the second go around. I honestly thought I'd be able to pick off 1 or 2 more with the drop shot. I threw the drop shot with the drop minnow. I threw a little Super Fluke Junior on a 1/0 screw lock, and I couldn't get a fish to commit to either the fluke or the drop shot. But make no mistake, at some point that little combo looks so good. It's obviously a downsized version of a Super Fluke, but it's still wide enough to where it has like a really good jerk and twitch action in the water. That light wire 1/0 Cultiva hook on there, guys. I am really looking forward to getting on a fluke bite with that setup, especially on BFS. That is just going to be a blast. You can see those white things hanging down right there in the middle and there. Those are all like a couple foot long icicles, and that's something you definitely don't normally see here all that often. Well, boys, my shoes are soaked, my toes are popsicles, we're losing daylight, and it's only gonna get colder, so I need to go ahead and try to make my way back. Well, guys, definitely a week of fishing with some highs and lows. I was able to get my first ever bass on a blade bait, which was really cool, just throwing around this little Damiki vault. I do love the action of it, guys, but it's just not a very versatile bait, honestly, in terms of, like, I was working the bladed jig like a blade bait in that pond, but it just had no chance of being able to throw a blade bait in that pond because of how much grass is in there, and I would have just been getting snot grass and all kinds of other grass on it every single cast. The blade on the bladed jig kind of acts as a pseudo brush guard and helps it wiggle through the grass a little bit easier. The blade baits, not so much. You can rip it out of dense grass, guys, or like really good green grass. Like, you can rip it out and not get hung up too much, but if there's any snot grass, you're SOL, because it's just gonna foul it up every single time. And y'all, if you're looking to get in on a little bit of fun competition, like I said, go ahead and grab you my small baits and big fish ruler. They're 35 bucks, guys, but the one-time purchase gets you entry into all future contests. Get them early in the year, this, guys, so that you have them for when the bite really starts to kick on here into the pre-spawn. And all you have to do in order to be eligible to win some of these really cool swim baits like that and other prizes that I give away is buy one of my fish rulers, go catch a tank, stick it on the ruler, lips closed, 0, tail pinched at the end the best that you can, and then you just send that picture to me, preferably with the BFS rod and reel and lure that you caught it on, to me at either my Gmail, which I leave linked in the pinned comment below, or on Instagram. That also works as well. But I was able to get out and get on a good bite finally today, and that made me feel pretty good. I did have fun on this one. If y'all enjoyed it too, please leave a like for me. Consider subscribing if you haven't yet. Help me hit 3,000 subs, because I'm going to be doing a custom BFS hardbait giveaway at that time. Always feel free to talk with me in the comments below, guys. Please share this with a finesse loving friend. Check out links to gear that I leave in the description above, and discount codes that I have in the description above, as well as more BFS back action that I leave in the pinned comment below. But other than that, thank y'all so much for watching, and y'all take her easy. We'll catch you on the next one.